we are kind of live.
Yeah, half live.
Yeah, I can see here with the source how many platforms are connected, right?
Oh, cool. Yeah, we're live. It says.
You got the notification?
I just thought not around.
That's excellent.
Cool. There's 8 people on. Alan.
So,
Morning, Alan.
I want to see if I can hear myself from downstairs.
Sure. You just let us know when you're ready.
Bonjour. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Alan. Nice to have you. Roberto Franco. Hola. Shabbat shalom.
Hello? Testing.
Oh, we can hear you. Okay.
No, I cannot hear from downstairs.
Leon, welcome. Shabbat shalom. Are you sitting down? Because if you're sitting down, I'm as tall as you are.
You got to stand up?
Yeah, I am standing up. Don't worry. Hi, Shelly. Shabbat shalom.
You probably can't see this, but each time there's a comment, Bill gets this huge smile on his face. So I know he's about to talk. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Meyer said, well, Shabbat shalom, Meyer. Well, because I visualize him here.
Yeah, it's so
in
nice.
The building,
it is.
So.
It's nice to know
Hello?
you're here.
Testing. Nope, I cannot hear. That's okay. I will have to go downstairs.
Terry Kushner from Toronto.
Hi, Terry.
Shabbat shalom.
Good Shabbos.
Roberto wants you to know, Leslie, that he's at the end of the shul today.
You're back at the back row. It is getting full at the back, let me tell you.
Wow.
And you know who sits at the back of the room? The people who heckle a little bit during the service, you know? It's the most fun crowd to sit with.
Earl Barish is on this morning. Shabbat shalom, Earl.
Boker tov.
Yerach, Shabbat shalom. Bunad minyatza.
It's going to be interesting not being able to see
I know.
the chat.
I'm going to be watching the chat.
Leslie's on you today.
All right.
So we are going to begin without delaying it anymore. Because we have a service to create, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Shabbat shalom, Marie.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Good morning. Actually, as I always say, first good morning, then Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Tamid, ve'ino tamid, tamid kodem. Whatever is more often should be said first. For example, if it's the morning, Shabbat, and Rosh Chodesh, what's the order?
Morning, Shabbat, Rosh Chodesh?
Yeah.
Morning still? Before Shabbat? Morning, Shabbat, Rosh Chodesh?
Yeah. Because morning is every day, Shabbat is once a week,
Once a
Rosh
week.
Chodesh once a month. Right?
Morning, Rocky.
הנה מה טוב היו מנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב היו מנעים שבת אחים גם יחד.
מה טוב היו מנעים שבת אחים גם יחד.
הנה מה טוב היו מנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה מנעים. אוי 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 שבת אחים גם יחד. שבת אחים אוי אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה מנעים. אוי 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 שבת יחד, שבת אחים היחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב היו מנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב היו מנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב היו מנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. Boker Tov and Shabbat Shalom to Gloria and Murray and Alina and Corey. Welcome here.
Welcome everyone. So great to have you there.
Alan Cantor as well.
It
Debbie
brings
Pollack.
great pleasure to us to have the honor to lead your services day after day, week after week. And there is something very, very interesting in this parsha. We are going to read the 10 Commandments. And as somebody pointed out to me, they are not the 10 suggestions.
That's right.
That's what I hear.
They are the 10 Commandments. But I don't know if you noticed. Let's see if you are an observant Jew. And you observe, and you notice this. Yeah, actually, that's a joke from, remember when Wolfson was here?
Yeah.
And he said that he noticed all these signs outside. And said, you know how I notice it? Because I am observant. I am an observant Jew. Well, anyway, I don't know if you noticed that we don't read the 10 Commandments every day. They are not part of the Jewish liturgy. We don't have it in the Siddur. And you will think that if the 10 Commandments are so important, why aren't we reading them every single day? We read the Shema Israel and we read other parts of the Torah, but not the 10 Commandments. And the rabbis did it on purpose. So you won't think that the 10 Commandments are the only thing that is important in the Torah. That's why purposely were removed from the liturgy, to realize that every piece in the Torah is beautiful and valuable. That had many teachings for us. For instance, that the same way we are all valuable. Sometimes we used to think that some people are more valuable than others. That's not the reality. We're all precious to God. We're all valuable. But at the same time, that is the same principle could be applied to all the parts of religious services, which sometimes we think that there are parts that they are more important than others, and that's not true. Every part of the service has something to offer. So don't rush through certain parts of the service. Try to enjoy every bit of liturgy, because every page of the Siddur has something beautiful to bring to us every day. So my challenge for you today is to try to find something. Sometimes it's a word, sometimes it's a melody, something that it will inspire you from every prayer that we present to you today.
Beautiful.
Nice teaching.
Quick shout out to Marvin. Marvin is a very observant Jew because he observed that my kippah is pink and he made my microphone match. So thank you, Marvin, and Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Sandy. Shabbat Shalom to Debbie Pollack. Gloria, you're here and it's so nice to see your name. Alice, it's nice to know you still like to see Bill when he's out of the house. Shabbat Shalom.
The back of me.
Scott, it's so good to see you too. And Joanne Seif. Hi, Sammy. Hi, Leo. Hi, Jeff. It's been too long. Welcome here. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I just noticed that my kippah is not red. Anyway.
We'll work on it.
We can work on it.
Marvin?
I've got a red kippah.
No, it's okay, because in the sanctuary, the main sanctuary, my mic is black.
Oh, perfect. We're going to be good soon.
Yeah.
Rabbi, I have a red kippah if you want.
So either I bring a red kippah or we move to the
I
sanctuary.
have a red kippah. I can give you one.
Okay. Page 5. I invite you to rise for the morning blessings.
Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Neshama, Shenatata bi, Shenatata bi, Tehorai, Tehorai, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan l'sech b'bina le'avim b'yom u'b'layla.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzalmo.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'atzani ban chorim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael.
Amen.
Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Neshama, Shenatata bi, Shenatata bi, Tehorahi, Tehorahi, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, abisharumi.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim.
Amen. Together.
Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Neshama, Shenatata bi, Shenatata bi, Tehorahi, Tehorahi.
Page 6.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ha'aretz ha'lamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'atah li kol tzarki.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechim mitzadei gaber.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael bigvura.
Amen.
Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Neshama, Shenatata bi, Shenatata bi, Tehorahi, Tehorahi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael v'tipara.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten layahev koach.
Amen. One more time.
Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Neshama, Shenatata bi, Shenatata bi, Tehorahi, Tehorahi. Shabbat Shalom, Bonnie. I like to picture Bonnie in a room surrounded by flamingos. She loves flamingos. We shared an office for a year. Before I knew it, there was barely a chair left. There were flamingos everywhere. It was a wonderful thing.
You thought you were in Transcona, right?
It was very like Miami Beach.
Miami Beach. Yeah.
Exactly. Our office was a little Miami Beach. If you do end up dancing during the Shabbat service, it is okay. We can't see you, so just type in and let us know that you're dancing. We're going to continue.
Yeah, next page we have Baruch Shemar. Please remain standing.
Baruch She'amar v'haya ha'olam. Baruch Hu. Baruch Oseh Bereshit. Baruch Omer Be'oseh. Baruch Ozer u'mekayem. Baruch merachem al haaretz. Baruch merachem al haberiyot. Baruch meshalem sachar tov lireav. Baruch chaylan v'kayam lanetzach. Baruch podeh u'matzio. Baruch Shemo. Lai lai la la lai la 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 lai. Lai la lai lai lai. La la lai la la lai la 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 lai. La la lai la 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 lai. La la lai la 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 lai. La 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 la
Now you may be seated.
We have one dancer.
Terry.
Yeah, Terry is dancing.
Well, you know,
I love it, Terry.
This is it's a Greek tune. It was recorded by Craig Taubman, but I believe that was composed by Alberto Mizrahi, which he's from Greece, and they did this collaboration, mixing traditional Hazanut with modern.
Oh, cool.
So you can tell that it's like a very Greek.
Yeah.
That.
Is he related to the cantor Mizrahi, Alberto?
No, it's that.
Oh, he composed it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
With Craig Taubman.
Shabbat Shalom, Jerome. Shabbat Shalom, Shelly. It's so good to see your name. She had a great comment.
Yeah.
And Josue Selva, nice to see you here. Rabbi, where are we going next?
We are going to praise the name of God with Psalm 150.
Beautiful. We're in the right place.
And we are going to use your favorite melody.
Awesome.
I think that is your favorite melody.
We're about to find out.
Unless you change your mind.
Oh, I love this one.
You see?
I hope you enjoy. Hallelujah, Albert Kocho. Hallelujah, Birki Auzo. Hallelujah, Bigevurata. Hallelujah, Kerov Kudla. Hallelujah, Meteka Chopar. Hallelujah, Menevechinor. Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Hallelujah, betofu machol. Hallelujah, beminim meugab. Hallelujah, betziltzalei shama. Hallelujah, betziltzalei trua. Kolan shamate, hallelujah. Kolan shamate, hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah.
Gorgeous.
Shaya, beautiful.
Baruch Tia, thank you. Sammy is dancing. Sammy, I miss your dancing. Nobody dances quite like Sammy.
We changed the version for him.
That's okay. He can dance to anything. He's got dancing feet.
Yeah.
His feet, they toe tap, they get going. And Sammy,
But
I
he
miss you, dude.
He likes this one. Hallelujah.
He does.
Hallelujah.
It's true.
Hallelujah.
We'll bring that one back for you, Sammy. You watch out. It's
Next
coming.
time, next time. Okay. Modern
All right.
Scottish.
More Scottish?
Yes. On page 46, Modern Scottish. We give a minute to everybody to find the page. Please rise.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba.
Amen.
Ve'amad yivrach yerutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon u'vyomechon v'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael. V'agala u'vizman kari v'imru.
Amen.
Yehi shmei rabba mebarach le'alam la'amei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Damiram ve'alma v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. You may be seated as we continue with the traditional liturgy for Shabbat, page 10, Shochenad Marom.
Shochenad marom v'kadosh shemo. Befi yesharim titalam, uvedivrei tzadikim titbarach, uve'alshon chasidim titromam, uvekerev kedoshim titkadash. Thank you so much, Meyer. Yitkada ve'yitkadash shemei Rabba. Ve'amad yivrach yirutei ve'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon uvyom etzon uv'chayei lekol beit Yisrael. V'galahu b'zman karib ve'imeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'alam u'le'amei amaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalam shemei nekudesha brichu le'ila min kol birchata ve'shirata tushbechata ve'nechemata da'amiran ve'alama ve'imeru 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 amen.
And we rise now to bless the name of God, the source of all blessing. We are going to use the special blessing, the special version we call As We Bless. What page is that, Leslie?
Page number 12.
Page 12. I like this one because it has a little English introduction. And I remember a story when Cantor Mayer Finkelstein, you know the guy, the one who wrote Le Dorvador, very famous cantor. And I was blessed that when I came to Winnipeg, as my installation as a cantor back then, Sharizadek decided to hire Cantor Finkelstein to come here, and we did a concert together. It was amazing. But he said something very interesting, because he started to experiment with adding English to the prayers. And he was at the time the cantor of Vaetchanan in Toronto. So you can imagine how that went. Vaetchanan, very traditional conservative synagogue. Very traditional.
Non-egalitarian, too, at the time.
Yeah, and he went and introduced English during the service. And he still remembers some board members getting very angry at him. Right? That's the board members.
Yeah.
Now, the people came to him to say, Cantor, this is the first time that I have an idea of what's going on with the prayers.
Absolutely. It's beautiful.
This is the first time I understand what's going on.
I need
Right?
the Hebrew to feel prayerful, but the English helps highlight what I'm davening.
Yeah, so basically, sometimes a little bit of English is good to help us understand the sentiment of the prayer. And if you will see with this one, as we bless, we are blessing God, who is the source of blessing. That's a beautiful concept. So, as we bless.
As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. And our blessings give us strength and make As we bless the shores of light, so we are blessed. As we bless the shores of light, so we are blessed. Baruch et Adonai, HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai, HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uborech Hoshech oseh shalom uborech et hakol.
Rabbi, Rocky has said that Rabbi Cantor Finkelstein thinks very highly of you. So, how Rocky knows that, I don't know, but he said that.
Okay, he knows everything.
No kidding.
Yeah, he finds everything in giggle.
And giggle.
He's always giggling.
Not in Google, in giggle.
That's a North End Yiddish.
Okay, so let's, as we are approaching to the Shema Israel, we have a few blessings to prepare ourselves, which we can't just jump into the Shema Israel to say that God is one. We need to prepare ourselves. And we are going to sing together the Or Hadash. And I love this one. Just to realize that we can look at the world with an Or Hadash, with a new light. Right? In other words, it means forget about all, the way that people look at the world, sometimes so much negativity. Dare to look at the world with an Or Hadash, with a different light, with a different set of lenses. And we achieve that by clinging to God. It's a wonderful concept. And when you can feel that, then of course you can say Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. So let's prepare ourselves with Or Hadash.
Or Chadash, Or Chadash, Or Chadash al Tzion Ta'ir. Or Chadash, Or Chadash, Or Chadash al Tzion Ta'ir. V'nizkeh chulanu, v'nizkeh chulanu, v'nizkeh chulanu, meher le'oro. V'nizkeh chulanu, v'nizkeh chulanu, v'nizkeh chulanu, meher le'oro. Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Hu Baruch Shemu.
Yotzer me'oro.
Amen.
Now we are ready for the Shema Israel.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. And you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall
silently with the recitation of the Shema Israel.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Page 17, Mi Kamocha.
Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot oseh peled. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot oseh peled. Shira chadasha, shipug elim l'shimcha, al tzvatayam, yachad kulam, oduvim lichu ve'amru, Adonai imloch le'olam ba'ed. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot oseh peled.
Please rise.
Zur Yisrael, kuma bezrat Yisrael, ufnei chinumecha Yehuda v'Yisrael, bo aleinu Adonai tzva'ot shemo, kedosh Yisrael. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot oseh peled. Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Shemo.
God Yisrael.
Please remain standing for the Amidah. All this hard work that you've been doing with your soul from the beginning of the service is about to pay off. Basically, all that awareness of the presence of God is what we need to approach the Amidah with the right kavanah, with the right intention. Because this is an opportunity we have to, how can I say this? To be even more aware of the presence of God. This is an opportunity we have every day, 3 times a day, to open our heart to God and to pray to God. You can ask God for whatever you want or whatever you feel you need. This is the moment. This is the moment. So to achieve that, you can use the words printed on your siddur, or you can use your own words of prayer. It's your choice. But we are going to start singing together the first 3 blessings on page 18. And please remain standing for the duration of the Amidah.
Brucha Tehi Alina, and thank you for your confirmation, Murray. We will discuss that a little later on.
You see, you realize that I'm not reading the messages,
Well, that's why
right?
it's kind of fun.
Yeah, we're going to keep that a secret from you.
So I have to reverse engineer your answer to try to figure out the message.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
It is a good one. Murray has confirmed
But
that you have a fan among Chazan Finkelstein.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
he was at the
So,
si-
but that's okay. I like trying to figure out the message because
You have a good imagination.
maybe in a different life I was a detective or something.
Hey, there's still time to be a detective.
Yeah, it's like when the teacher was the student, who wrote the Torah. That wasn't me.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh Hakol, V'zocher Chazdei Havot, U'mevii Goel Livnei Bneihem, Le'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Chozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayem Metim Atah, Rab Le'Hoshia, Morid Hatah, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayem Metim Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Ve'Rofeh Cholim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Mekayem Emunato Lishenei Apar, Mi Chamocha Bal Geburot, U'mi Domelach, Melech Meimid U'Mechayem U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'nemanata l'chayot metim, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hametim, Mekadesh et Shimcha ba'olam, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב היה נביאך וקרא זה ואמר, קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות, מלך הארץ כבודו. אז בקול רעש גדול, אדיר וחזק משמיעים קול, מן השיאים לעומת סרפים, לעומתם ברוך יאמרו, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. ממקומך מלכנו תופיע, ותמלוך עלינו כי מחכים אנחנו לך. מתי תמלוך בציון בקרוב בימינו, לעולם ועד תשכון. תתקדש ותתקדש בתוך ירושלים עירך, לדור ודור לנצח נצחים. בעינינו תראה מלכותך, כדבר האמור בשיר זכה, ידי דוד משיח צדקך. ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור, hallelujah.
Okay, I have to find it.
I like that I don't know which melody you're about to play.
Really?
Yeah, it's exciting.
For you.
Shabbat Shalom, Rina. Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, nagid God lecha, ulen
לנצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גדלך, ולנצח נצחים, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש. בשבחך אלוהינו, ליבנו לא ימוש לעולם ועד, כי המלך גדול, כי המלך גדול, וקדוש אתה. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גדלך, ולנצח נצחים, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש. ברוך אתה אדוני,
ברוך הוא, ברוך שמו.
Lador Vador, you have a hi Papa from Ronen. Or Ashira started calling him Papa, but I'm pretty sure it's Ronen. Hi Ronen.
Ronen.
How you doing? It's nice to see you. And Arya Lee, welcome.
Ledor vador.
Lador Vador.
From one door to another door. Just knocking doors. Let's continue silently with the Amida. Let's do the Yevarekecha. We never do it. Let's see if you can find it in the Siddur. Because what some people don't know, because we have a lot of new viewers, especially the international ones, but they don't know that Leslie and I used to lead the family service downstairs while the Torah service was going on here in either the chapel or the main sanctuary. So it's not that we spend hours and hours rehearsing for this service. We've been doing it for so long, so it's great to do it once again.
It feels really nice. Yeah, it's been a while.
So, but there is one prayer that used to be almost like an anthem, like a signature of the family service, and that was a special blessing for the whole family. So if you happen to have somebody next to you, I guess it's safe to say that it's part of your bubble, so you can hug them. So we can do this family blessings. It's like with the word Yevarechecha. You find it?
No, I can't find it, but we'll see if my heart remembers it. It probably does.
It's before they sing Shalom. We might not have it there.
Okay.
I was looking for it too.
That's okay. I'm going to sing it, and hopefully I'm going to get it right.
I want to know what page it is. So it will be good.
Yeah. Shabbat Shalom, Igor.
Here.
We've had such beautiful years doing the Shabbat morning family service. It's been so nice. And we really miss all the families. I guess this is a good moment to tell you that if you have a kid in your sphere or kids that you know, we have not forgotten about your kids. And we are making plans to make Yontif more kid-friendly so kids can participate online.
Absolutely.
And there's more news coming up soon. Keep tuned over the next couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll be releasing more details. Kids are so important to us as a shul. And it's really important to us that they always feel at home here and that they are important. Shabbat Shalom, Thelma. It's so nice to see your name. And Igor, welcome here. And we are ready.
So it's not on the Siddur, but just close your eyes. If you don't have anything to read, maybe it's a good opportunity to close your eyes and to feel the blessings.
Amen.
Amen.
Rabbi, you said something about wanting to be a detective, or in a different life you were a detective. Do you realize that you are one, at least from our perspective?
Why?
Every week, the little teachings that you give us, the research that you do for your drushas and so on, looking up different interpretations from different rabbis, to me, that's Torah detective work.
In fact, you are the Drosh detective.
Isn't he?
Gosh, detective.
Isn't he? I
Watch
think
out
he
for the
is.
TV series on
As soon as
Netflix.
Shabbat is over, I'm going to trademark it. I don't want anybody to steal it.
Give her credit, though.
Let's continue with the Torah service, but first, Kaddish Shalom. Kaddish Shalom.
Yitkana v'yitkana Shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Ve'amad yirach yirtei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayachon v'yamechon u'v'chay d'chol Beit Yisrael v'agalav izman kari v'himeru.
Amen. Yehesh meraba mevorach le'alam u'le'almei almaya Yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yikbar v'yitramah v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei rekudesha
Brichu.
Leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushvachata v'nechmata damiram ve'ama v'himeru. Amen. Titkavel totan u'aton dechol Yisrael kadam avuandi v'shmaya v'himeru. Amen. Yehi shalom rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'himeru. Amen. Oseh shalom imrama uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'himeru. Amen.
Amen. Please rise to take the Torah out of the ark.
So, Rabbi, I wanted to remind everybody because we have Sheni, Hamishi, and Shishi open. So, if anybody,
3 open?
3 open, yeah. If anybody's looking for an aliyah, please chat it in our chat box,
Okay.
and we will pick it up and make sure that you get one.
Vayehi bin Aaron, vayomer Moshe, Kuma Adonai, ve'afutzu oivecha, ve'anusu mesanecha mipanecha, ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, u'devar Adonai mirushalayim. Shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Israel B'kedushato.
The computer has been moved to the side. All comments from now on will not be seen by me, so you can speak freely.
I want to have this face.
Of course.
Okay, Shema.
The Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Gadlu Adonai iti, Uneromema Shemo Yachdav.
Lecha Adonai הגדולה והגבורה והתפארת והנצח וההוד כי כל בשמיים ובארץ כל בשמיים ובארץ כאדוני הממלכה והמתנשא לכל בראש רוממו רוממו
Adonai Eloheinu, Vehishtachavu, Le'adom Raglav Kadosh Hu.
רוממו
Romemu,
רוממו
Adonai Eloheinu, Vehishtachavu, Lehar Kodsho, Ki Kadosh, Adonai Eloheinu.
You may be seated. Yasher Koyach, Leslie, beautiful Shacharit. It
Baruch Tiyeh, Yasher Koach.
was fun to do it again.
It was. Maybe we'll do it again sometime.
Yes, yeah. People have no idea what you miss when you never came to the family service. But I guess, because it's not really just for kids. We were having a thing for everybody, right? It was just more informal.
It was, yeah. And there's space. That's why I talk about dancing. Kids do things
Yeah.
spontaneously. Adults don't often let themselves do. But it's kind of healthy sometimes.
It's great. So we are going to move right away into the Torah reading, and it's a beautiful parsha this week, Vaetchanan, and this is Moses telling the Jewish people the last plea that he had with God. So he begged God to let him enter the promised land. But the word he used here to let the people of Israel know that he pleaded with God is Vaetchanan. And I love this because it's coming from the word chen. And I'm about to say the translation of the word chen. And you are going to tell me if it sounds Jewish or not. What is the translation of the word chen? Grace.
Beautiful.
So basically Moses was asking God to use God's grace towards Moses so he will enter the promised land. And basically the concept of grace, by the way, it is a Jewish concept, is this kind of baseless favor from God towards you. It's something that God will do for you, not because you deserve it, just out of love. Out of love. And that's the concept, the Jewish concept of grace. Unfortunately, we stop using that word, and every time when somebody said, use expressions like the grace of God, we feel that it sounds so Christian.
Yeah,
There's nothing more Jewish than that. In fact,
right.
Moses is using that word to pray to God. Beautiful concept. But also, you're going to see here And something very interesting that is kind of Moses is blaming the Jewish people of his inability to enter to the promised land. Interesting. Food for thought. Let's begin. The first reading is going to be read by Leslie Emery. If you want to read along, you are going to need to download the Parsha for today. You can find it on our website, www.ezedwinnipeg.ca. And for the Rishon Aliyah, we have Arnold Satzer and Beverly Satzer. They're going to be honored with the first Aliyah. And we put them first because Arnold is a Kohen.
It's good to see you guys this morning. Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, that mustache looks very sharp today. Right, Arnold? Yeah. Okay. We have to imagine, right? We have to use the imagination.
Absolutely.
I see them.
Sure.
Yeah. Bill, you want to do the
Let's go there.
ויעזר ויגן וישון לכל החוסים בו ונאמר אמן. הכל הבגרנו ותנו כבוד לתורה. יעמוד אהרון בן לוי איש הכהן וחווה וברכה בת גרשון ולאה. ברוך שנתן תורה על עמו ישראל בקדושתו. ואתם מגן אדוני אלוהיכם חיים כולכם חיום.
By the way, that last phrase, "Vatem advekim b'Adonai Elohechem chaim kulchem hayom," is coming from this week's parsha. It's going to be read the second Aliyah.
Thank you for that.
A lot of good stuff these last two Saturdays.
Baruch hu et Adonai yamborach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai yamborach leolam vaed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
Amen. Vaetchanan el Adonai. Vaetahi lemor. Adonai Elohim. Ata hafilot larot et avdecha. Et gadlecha v'et yadecha chazaka. Asher mihel bashamayim u'v'aretz. Asher yasech ma'asecha v'chig gvuratecha. Ebrana v'eret haaretz hatova. Asher be'ever hayarden aharatov. Azeh v'halevanon.
Baruch hu et Adonai.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחילם נתן בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
Amen.
What's the next one?
Yeah, we'll get it together yet.
Yasher Koach, Beverly, and Arnold.
Absolutely.
Bill, do we have a second?
Yes, we do. Shall I call him up?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, it's Yehuda, who is a Levi.
Yehuda the Levi, welcome.
That's right.
Yehuda Levi, wasn't that a poem or something?
It must be. Yamot Yehuda ben Avraham HaLevi Alelea HaShlishi.
I'm a little nervous. Yehuda's really good with his Hebrew.
Oh, I can't do it in his key either. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMavorach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol amim. V'natan lanu et torato. Baruch ata Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayitaber Adonai bilemanchem v'lo shama elai. Vayomer Adonai elai rav lach. Atosef daber elai. Od badavar hazeh. Ale rosh hapiska v'sainecha. Yama v'tzafona v'temana u'mizracha ravinecha. Kilo tabor tarden hazeh. V'tzavat Yehoshua v'chazkehu v'amtzehu. Hihu yavor. Lifnei ha'am hazeh v'hu yanchil otam. Et ha'aretz asher tireh. V'neshev bagay mu'beit peor. Ve'ata Yisrael shma l'chukim ve'lamishpatim. Asher anochi melamed etchem la'asot. Leman tichyu. Uvatem virishtem et haaretz. Asher Adonai Elohei avotechem noten lachem. Lo tosifu. Al hadavar asher anochi metzavetchem. V'lo tigeru mimenu lishmor. את מצוות אדוני אלוהיכם אשר אנוכי מצווכם עיניכם לראות את אשר עשה אדוני בבעל פאור כי כל האיש אשר הולך אחרי בעל פאור השמידו אדוני אלוהיך מקרבך ואתם הדבקים באדוני אלוהיכם חיים כולכם היום.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. You probably found the verse, even though I forgot to say the page on the file that you should open to follow the Torah reading. But the next one, before I forget again, will be page 1007. And for the third aliyah is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 5 to 14. And by the way, in this second reading that Leslie read for us so beautifully, is talking about, again, as I mentioned before, Moses blaming the Jewish people for his inability to enter to the promised land. But at the same time, he is saying that he's about to encourage Joshua as the next leader of the Jewish people. And there is another common theme that you're going to see again and again during this parsha, and it's Moses begging the Jewish people to remember and to observe the mitzvot. You will see it again and again and again. And now for the third reading, what you are going to see is, again, Moses is kind of giving them a reason why they should remember all the mitzvot, and something that is beautiful, that it's basically telling them that the Torah is their secret weapon to find fulfillment in life. So they say, why are you going to disregard the Torah if everybody else seems to recognize how wise the Torah is, except for you? I want to say that this is pretty common in these days as well, that the Torah and the Bible has been recognized as a source of wisdom, except that sometimes we Jews don't bother opening the Bible, and we seem to have the tendency to find happiness and advice in other places, and we don't give the Torah the opportunity to inspire our lives. So Moses is saying, give it a try. Don't say no quite yet. Give it a try. Okay?
Rob, I just wanted to say Yasher Koach to Yehuda, where he had the second aliyah, so don't want to miss a chance to say Yasher Koach to him.
Yasher Koach, Yehuda, good to see you.
So for the third aliyah, we have a combined aliyah. We are going to call up Louis Ackerman, but also we have a wedding anniversary, the 54th wedding anniversary of Daniel Hamburg and Ellen.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. So, Bill, you ready for the call up?
I am. Yamduhu liba bat yitl v'gitl. Daniel ben Israel udevora. Esther bat Yitzchak hakohen ve'alda. Alilea shlishi. Baruch hu et Adonai hamavorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Leolam Vaed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et torato. Baruch ata Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Relimati etchem. Chukim u'mishpatim kasher tzivani Adonai Elohai לעשות כן בקרב הארץ אשר אתם באים שמה לרשתה ושמרתם ועשיתם כי חוכמתכם ובינתכם לעיני העמים אשר ישמעון את כל החוקים האלה ואמרו רק חכם ונבון הגוי הגדול הזה כי מגוי גדול אשר לו אלוהים קרובים אליו כאדוני אלוהינו בכל קוראנו אליו ומגוי גדול אשר לו חוקים ומשפטים צדיקים ככל התורה הזאת אשר אנוכי נותן לפניכם היום רק ישמר לך ושמור נפשך מאוד, פן תשכח את הדברים אשר ראו עיניך, ופן יסור מלבבך כל ימי חייך, והודעתם לבניך ולבני בניך, יום אשר עמדת לפני אדוני אלוהיך, בחורף, אמור אדוני אלי, הקל לי את העם והשמיעם את דברי, אשר ילמדו לראותי, כל ימים אשר הם חיים על האדמה, את בניהם ילמדון, ותקריבון ותעמדון תחת ההר, וההר בוער באש עד לב השמיים, חושך ענן וערפל. וידבר אדוני עליכם מתוך האש, כל הדברים אתם שומעים, ותמונה עיניכם רואים זולתי כה, ויגד לכם את בריתו, אשר ציווה אתכם לעשות, 10 הדברים, ויכתבם על 2 לוחות אבנים. ואותי ציווה אדוני בעת ההיא ללמד אתכם חוקים ומשפטים, לעשותכם אותם בארץ אשר אתם עוברים שמה לרשתה. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, I was just concentrating on Hebrew. He's doing the tropes, but you corrected a trope before we got to it. It's great. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yeshikoyach Leslie.
Yashik
Before we move on, we have a Mishaberach for Daniel and Ellen. This is a very important moment, and it's a reason to celebrate, so we'd like to give you a special blessing. So the celebration is complete. It's not just you, just not family. You're making God part of that celebration. And the Mishaberach goes like this. Mishaberach, Avoteinu, Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Belea, הוא יברך את דניאל בן ישראל ודבורה, את אסתר בת יצחק הכהן ועדלה, בעבור שבאו היום להודות לשם קודשו על כל החסד אשר גמל להם מיום חתונתם ומיום שמחת ליבם עד היום הזה. הקדוש ברוך הוא ישמרם ויצילם מכל צרה וצוקה וכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה והצלחה וכל מעשה ידיהם עם כל ישראל החיים, ונאמר אמן. May God who bless our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless Daniel Hamburg and Ellen Hamburg, who are here with gratitude for all the blessings, for all this year together have afforded them. May the Kadosh Baruch Hu protect and deliver them. May they continue to enjoy God's blessing in the new song of the years to come, embraced by the love of family, so that they may always live in joy and gladness, in peace and companionship. And let us all say, Amen.
Simon
Tov, Mazel Tov,
Mazel Tov, and Simon Tov.
Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, and Simon Tov.
Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, and Simon Tov.
Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Israel. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Israel. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Israel. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Israel.
Mazal Tov.
Mazal Tov.
And we pray that the 55th anniversary will be celebrated here in the building in person.
Amen.
Amen.
So let's continue with the next reading.
It is chapter 4, 15 to 20.
Yeah, this is you know what I like about this? that it says there specifically that God is nor male nor female. And this is one of the big struggles in these days when we are trying to kind of adapt English to be gender neutral. And then when we have to refer to God, in English is kind of easy. You can get away with it. You can just repeat the word God instead of saying him or stuff like that. But in Hebrew, it's still a struggle because Hebrew is gender sensitive. There is no gender neutral in the Hebrew language. So that's a big problem when we have the prayers in Hebrew. So you will see, for example, that our Siddur, the English side is gender neutral, but the Hebrew is not. And this struggle is generating very interesting responses from different movements within Judaism. Orthodoxy, they haven't changed anything. They still, sometimes in English, they still keep calling God him. Conservative movement slowly is going into a gender neutral approach, and Reform is also going 100% into a neutral approach. But I went once to a renewal seminar in the United States, and for the Hebrew, they were alternating every time that they would say Baruch Atah Adonai. So they would say one time Baruch Atah Adonai, which is male, and then Brucha At Shekhinah, the next one, which is female. So they were going from one side to the other side. It was very interesting because, I don't know, because it's just there. There is neither male nor female.
Yeah.
So there are other ways, other creative ways that instead of saying Baruch Atah Adonai or anything, it said Nebarech et Ein HaChaim. Let's bless this source of life. Which is kind of more neutral. Then, yeah, it's very interesting. So, but this is coming specifically in this next Aliyah, which
Our honoree for Revi is Meir Serafi, and that's for Revi. And who is Rabbi Mas, really?
Yes, he is.
I'll do my best.
And you're Gabaim?
I'm ready.
Okay. Yamohot Meir ben Yehuda v'Rachel Aliyah Revi. I'll wait for him to get his gloves on. If you want, sure, you're there.
We are almost ready, and here we go.
Yeah, I still have to learn this thing with the gloves.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Good catch.
We will begin reading in just a moment. We almost jumped ahead in the story. It was a close call. There must be something really good in the Shishi part of the reading. I'm looking forward to hearing it. And Rivi is about to begin.
I have the wrong one. That's interesting.
Would you like me to read it?
I don't know.
You got it.
I don't know why I got the wrong one.
You were excited.
Yeah.
I don't know. Here we go.
I printed twice the wrong one. Maybe it's going to be better. This is way
So it's
better.
We are in the 4th parsha, verse 15.
20.
And we've got a ya.
I'm out of practice for the Torah readings.
That's okay. This is why we do this every once in a while.
That's the thing. Okay, where is it? Meow.
The Nishmar 10. Should be somewhere. No.
That's where we started. So we're in this column here. We're in the second one, so it was right, but I couldn't find it. So
We're getting close. This is why reading from a scroll is extra special.
That's right. Challenging.
Hang on, we're almost there.
Fish Martin.
There we go. Yeah.
אמן. ונשמרתם מאוד לנפשותיכם, כי לא ראיתם כל תמונה ביום. דיבר אדוני עליכם בחורב מתוך האש. פן תקשיתון ועשיתם לכם פסל תמונת כל צמל, תבנית זכר או נקבה תבנית. כל בהמה אשר בארץ תבנית, כל ציפור כנף אשר תעוף בשמיים תבנית, כל רומס באדמה תבנית, כל דגה אשר במים מתחת לארץ. ופן תישא עיניך השמיימה וראית את השמש ואת הירח ואת הכוכבים, כל צבא השמיים, ונידחת והשתחווית להם ועבדתם אשר חלק אדוני אלוהיך אותם לכל העמים תחת כל השמיים. ואתכם לקח אדוני והוציא אתכם מכור הברזל ממצרים, להיות לו לעם נחלה כיום הזה, נחלה כיום הזה.
Yasher Koach.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
Taking my own microphone. Whew.
There's a little bit of musical Torah this week. I learned 11 Torah readings this week. I don't know if I've ever done that before. So I hope you have a little patience with my readings. There's some very long ones this morning. And so Rabbi Mas and I hopefully we're going to get through this reading pretty nicely.
It's a beautiful reading, by the way. Beautiful, beautiful reading.
It's, Torah reading is a challenge. I don't read Torah, as you know, and I've been here for over 20 years. I've got great admiration for anybody who does. It's a great challenge.
To get this far with it, usually you've had a few pretty big hiccups in public you've had to get over and get back up again.
But the next one actually is very long. Right?
It sure is.
It's very long. And again, it's Moshe blaming people. But it's something very interesting that Moses is telling the people of Israel that eventually they are going to be exiled. But don't worry, he said, because God is going to be with you wherever you are. But there's something else. That towards the end, you're going to see another famous verse that is used in our liturgy. Mm-hmm. Let's see if you can find it. I will point it out after the reading. And by the way, before I forget, David Wilder is going to be reading the Haftorah. Mm-hmm. David, I want to let you know that, yes, I can see you on my screen. So you're all good to go. So stay there. Don't go anywhere.
Don't move.
Don't move. You're doing great.
So for Hamishi, I think this is very appropriate that Thelma has asked for Nalia, and Thelma is also a Torah reader. And she has endured some long readings in her time as well. So I'm sure she's going to help you along as you go by.
Thank you, Thelma. Nice to know you're with me.
So, Tamot Tova Bet Gedaya V'Leah Alea Hamishi Baruch Hu Et Adonai HaMavorach Baruch Adonai Borach Leolam Vaed Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Vadonahi tanafi al divrechem v'yishabat. Levielti ovri et hayarden. Levielti bo el haaretz hatova. Asher Adonai Elohecha noten lecha nachala. Ki anochi met ba'aretz hazot. Eineni over et hayarden. Vatem ovrim virishtem et haaretz hatova hazot. Yishamru lachem pen tishkechu et berit Adonai Elohechem asher koret imachem vazitem lechem pesel temunat ko asher tzivah Adonai Elohecha ki Adonai Elohecha eshoclahu elkanah. Ki tolid vanim ubnei vanim enoshantem ba'aretz vishchatem. Vazitem pesel temunat ko vazitem mara. V'nei Adonai Elohecha lachiso. Hayidoti bachem hayom et hashamayim v'et haaretz. Yavet tovedun maher me'al haaretz asher atem ovrim et hayarden. Shama derishta lo tarifun yamim aleha ki shamet tishmedun v'fitz Adonai etchem b'amim v'nishartem etei mispar v'goyim asher yenaheg Adonai etchem shama v'avadetem sham Elohim maseh yedei adam etzva heaven asher lo yirun v'lo yishmeun v'lo yochlun v'lo yirichun v'ikashtem misham et Adonai Elohecha u'matzata ki tidrishenu v'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha v'tzar lecha u'metzahucha kol advarim ha'ela v'acharit hayamin v'shavta ad Adonai Elohecha v'shamata v'kolo ki el rachum Adonai Elohecha lo yarpecha v'lo yashchitecha v'lo yishkach et berit avotecha asher nishba lahem ki she'alna l'yamim rishonim asher hayu lefanecha l'min hayom asher bara Elohim adam al haaretz u'lemiktesh hashamayim v'ketzeh hashamayim hanihya kadavar gadol hazeh o hanishma kamo hashamam kol Elohim medaber mitoch ha'esh asher shamata ata vayechi o hanisa Elohim lavo lakachta lo goy mikerev goy amasot ve'otot uv'moftihim uv'milchama uve'yad chazaka u'v'zroa netuya uve'morayim gedolim kecho asher asa lachem Adonai Elohechem b'mitzrayim le'necha ataret aladat ki Adonai hu Elohim ein od milvado min hashamayim yishmiacha et kolo le'asreka v'la'aretz herecha et isho hagdola udvar
Marav shamata
Marav shamata mitoch ha'esh v'tachat ki ahev et avotecha v'yivchar b'zaro acharav v'yitziacha b'fanav b'chocho hagadol mimitzrayim le'arish goyim gedolim v'atzumim mimecha mipanecha l'aviacha לתת לך את ארצם, נחלק היום הזה, וידעת היום בשבתה לבביך, כי אדוני הוא אלוהים בשמיים עמה, ועל הארץ מתחת עינות, ושמרת את חוקיו ואת מצוותיו, אשר אנוכי מצווך היום, אשר ייטב לך ולבניך אחריך, ולמען תאריך ימים האדמה, אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך כל הימים.
ברוך אתה. Yes.
Yeah.
Yashiko, okay. I'm out of breath and you did it.
Marvin, the pink mic helped. It was so friendly.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amazing.
It's an anti-bully.
What?
It was just like a friend hanging out next to me while I read Torah.
Wonderful. So did you find the verse, the famous verse? Actually,
No,
they are,
I
one
was
is very
close.
famous, the other one is kind of.
I was kind of concentrating. I didn't see it.
I was just looking for that last sentence.
Verse 39.
39. Let's take a look. Now we can see it. Gee, it's very familiar.
It's from the Leinu, and it's coming from this week's Parsha. And the other one is what it says, what is it? Ata oreita yadat. It's one verse that is in this Parsha that we use for Simchat Torah when we open the Ark.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's coming also from this
Yeah.
Parsha.
Thank you.
Okay, the next one is 41 to 49. Did you want to say something beforehand, Rabbi?
What I want to say is, it's talking about the cities of refugees and other specific things that they are going to have when they enter to the Promised Land. But something very interesting that I learned recently is that we usually believe, right, because Moses said so we take it as his word, that he didn't enter to the Promised Land.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way that's our understanding, that Moses didn't enter to the Promised Land. That's not exactly true. Aha, got you with that one. Because remember that there were 3 tribes that they stay on the other side of the Jordan, and they started to build the cities there while Moses was still alive, and that section became part of the Promised Land. So technically, Moses did enter to the Promised Land. He did have the privilege to see part of the Jewish people building something permanent other than the Sukkot in front of him. And this is something very interesting because it's almost like even though God said no to his prayers, God really didn't really say a total no. And that's something that we all should learn, when never to despair if we feel that God is saying no to our prayers, and to keep approaching God and to ask for God's grace to be manifest in our life. So we are going to continue now with the 6th Aliyah page.
It is on page 1014. It is chapter 4 still, 41 to 49. And our honoree is another Torah reader, Jerome Fullman.
Oh, wow.
So he's going to be watching carefully, Rabbi. Yamohod, Zelig ben Ephraim, Vegolda, Alleluia Shishin. Baruchu et Adonai Hamavorach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Amen. Az yavdil Moshe shalosh arim ve'aver hayarden u'mizrecha שם יש לנו שם הרוצח אשר ירצח את רעהו בבלי דת והוא לא שונא לו מתמול שלשום ונס אלא כד מנערים האל בחי את בעצר במדבר בארץ המישור לראובני ואת רמות בגילת לגדי ואת גולן בבשל למנשי, וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל אלה, העדות והחוקים והמשפטים, אשר דיבר משה אל בני ישראל בצאתם ממצרים. בעבר הירדן בגיא, מול בית פאור, בארץ סיחון מלך האמורי, אשר יושב בחשבון, אשר היכה משה ובני ישראל בצאתם ממצרים, וירשו את ארצו ואת ארץ עוג מלך הבשן, שני מלכי האמורי, אשר בעבר הירדן מזרח שמש מהרוער, אשר על שפת נחל ארנון בין הר ציון וחרמון, וכל ערבה עבר הירדן מזרחה ועד ים ערבה תחת אסדות הפסגה.
שכוייח.
Amen.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
Yasher Koach, and thank you all for your lovely comments throughout the Torah reading and your appreciation of what we're doing. It's so nice observing Shabbat with you all. Verse 44 is read every time the Hagbah is done. Thank you, Yerach. Yerach is always watching.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, he catches the details.
Yerach, when you come to Winnipeg for a visit, you are going to read Torah here, right? Whether you like it or not, he's a Torah reader.
He's always here at the back of the room these
I know,
days.
but he'll be at the front of the room reading Torah.
Orlando, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can come to Winnipeg anytime during the summer. Mosquitoes are about the same.
We have a great lake, by the way, Yerach. You would really enjoy it.
And we are ready for
David Wilder.
our seventh reading.
Yeah, it's the Ten Commandments right now.
Yes.
It's a very important aliyah. It's something that Moses thought that he could have lived this world before repeating the Ten Commandments for the Jewish people. And whenever we read the Ten Commandments, the tradition is to stand for this, as the people of Israel stood in Sinai when they received that. And it's very interesting because theologically it's a very important concept here. The fact that God revealed God's presence to the entire nation of Israel. And this is something that is unusual in a religion. It's usually God revealing to one person, to a big prophet or something, and then that person will bring that good news, that message to the entire group of people. But in Jewish theology, we believe that God didn't do it through one person, even though Moses was the messenger, but God revealed God's will to the entire nation. And the Midrash says that every Jewish soul was present at that moment in Sinai. Every Jewish soul that was going to be born in the future was already there. And the Midrash continues saying that sometimes when somebody converts to Judaism, that is a Jewish soul finding its way back home. So that's why there are no such thing as converts in Judaism. Once you embrace the Jewish faith, you are Jew. Beautiful Midrash. Let's continue.
So it's chapter 5, verse 1 to 17. And did you want to call him up, Rabbi, or should I call him up?
Please.
This is David, by the way. Just be ready. Yamoho David Tzvi ben Mendelezer v'Sara Pesa l'Aliyah hamavtihiram.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Lam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן.
אמן. ויקרא משה אל כל ישראל, ויאמר עליהם, שמע ישראל את החוקים והמשפטים אשר אנוכי דובר באזניכם היום, ולמדתם אותם ושמרתם לעשותם. אדוני אלוהינו כרת עמנו ברית וחורב לו את אבותינו. כרת אדוני את הברית הזאת, כי איתנו אנחנו אלה. היום כולנו חיים פנים ופנים, דיבר אדוני עמכם. בער מתוך האש אנוכי עומד בין אדוני וביניכם בעת ההיא, להגיד לכם את דבר אדוני, כי יראתם מפני האש ולא עליתם בהר לאמור. Please rise. אנוכי אדוני אלוהיך אשר הוצאתיך מארץ מצרים מבית עבדים. לא יהיה לך אלוהים אחרים על פניי, לא תעשה לך פסל כל תמונה אשר בשמיים ממעל ואשר בארץ מתחת, אשר במים מתחת לארץ. לא תשתחווה להם ולא תעבדם, כי אנוכי אדוני אלוהיך אלקנה פוקד עוון אבות על בנים ועל שילשים ועל רבעים לשונאי, ועושה חסד לאלפים, לאוהבי, לשומרי מצוותיי. לא תישא את שם אדוני לשווא, את שם אדוני אלוהיך לשווא, כי לא ינקה אדוני את אשר יישא את שמו לשווא, שמור את יום השבת לקודשו, כאשר ציווה אדוני אלוהיך. ששת ימים תעבור ועשית כל מלאכתך, וביום השביעי שבת לאדוני אלוהיך. לא תעשה כל מלאכה. אתה ובנך וביתך ועבדיך ומטך ושודך וחמתך וחמורך וכל בהמתך וגרך אשר בשעריך למען ינו עבדיך ומטך כמוך וזכרת כי עבד היית בארץ מצרים ויוציאך אדוני אלוהיך משם ביד חזקה ובזרוע נטויה על כן ציווך אדוני אלוהיך לעשות את יום השבת כבד את אביך ואת אמך כאשר ציווך אדוני אלוהיך למען ילכון ימיך למען ייטב לך על האדמה אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך לא תרצח ולא תגנוב ולא תגנוב ולא תענה בריחה העד שווא ולא תחמוד אשת רעך ולא תחמוד בית רעך בית רעך שדהו ועבדו במטוש שורו וחמורו וכל אשר לרעך.
Yasher
Yasher
koach.
koach.
Wow.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen.
I don't know if you noticed, because this is the second time the Ten Commandments are in the Torah.
That's right.
The first time, when at the last thing, it said you should not covet the household of your neighbor. It starts by saying you should not cover the household of your neighbor, and then start listing all the things that are inside the household. It said his wife, his animals, and other things. That the wife is listed as part of the household. Now, when Moses is repeating it, I don't know if you noticed, the wife of your neighbor is listed separately. Like she's independent. He said, don't covet your neighbor's wife and his household and his animals and so forth.
Interesting.
So there is an evolution between the first one and this one,
one.
in the understanding of the role of a woman.
Interesting to know.
Food for thought. So,
Hagba, Hanglila.
Hagman Galila.
I practiced all week, virtually.
All right, we're preparing for Hagbah. Our Hagbah today is the wonderful Bill Weissman.
Who's that?
He's been working out, and he is ready for the big lift. Here we go. Oh, yes.
Oops, sorry.
וזאת התורה אשר שמשה לפני בני
ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה כי מציון תצא תורה ודבר אדוני מירושלים כי מציון תצא תורה ודבר אדוני מירושלים ברוך שנתן תודה לעמו ישראל ברוך שנתן תודה לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. Yad is here.
I'll lay the Torah down.
Let me lend your hand. So we are going to continue with the half Torah in a minute. I'm going to get our Haftarah read it in, you're going to see David Wilder. And hold on a minute. And so, David, this is the trick. I cannot hear you. Hopefully, you can hear me. And you're about to start singing the Haftorah. If there is any problem with the audio, I will beg people to let us know with the chat. But hopefully, it should go well.
Are you ready? Do you hear me? Are you ready? I'm ready. This Haftorah is dedicated to my 39th upcoming anniversary and to my loving wife. I trust next year for our 40th we will be in the building where we met and where we were married, and our children had their bat mitzvah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar midim tovim v'ratza v'divrehem hanemorim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai abocher b'torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'v'yei hamet v'tzedek. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami, Yomar Elohechem, Dabru, Alev Yerushalayim, Vikiru Eleha, Ki Nila Tzava, Ki Nirtza Avona, Ki Lacha Miyad Adonai, Kefil Laim Bechol Katoteha, Kol Koreh Bamidbar, Panu Derech Adonai, Yashru Barva, Vesilah Eloheinu, Kol Gei Naseh, V'chol Char V'giva, Yishpalu, V'haya Hekol, L'mishor, V'hirchasim L'vikah, V'nigla Chavod Adonai, V'ra'u Chol Basar Yachdav, Ki Adonai Diber, Kol Omer Kara, V'amar Ma'akra, Kol Habasar Chatzir, V'chol Hasdo Ketzitz Hasadeh, Yavesh Chatzir, Navel Tzis, Ki Ruach Adonai Nashva Bo, Achem Chatzir Ha'am, Yavesh Chatzir, Navel Tzis, Udevar Eloheinu Yakum Leolam, Al Har Gavoa Alilach, V'Vaseret Zion, Harini Bakoach, Kolech V'Vaseret Yerushalayim, Harimi Al Tiri, Imri Le'arei Yehuda, Hine Elohechem, Hine Adonai Elohim, V'chazak Yavo, Uzroam V'shalalo, Hine Zecharo ito, Evulato lefanav, Kirore dro, Yerei bizro, Yekabetz, Telaim, Uvecheko, Yisa, Alot Yedachem, Mi Badad, Yeshalu Ma'im, V'shamayim, V'zeret Tikei, V'chol B'shalish, Afar Haaretz, V'shakav, V'pesel Harim, Ugavot V'mozdayim, Mi Tiken et Ruach Adonai, Adonai, Veish Atzatov Yodi'enu. Et mi noatz vayevinehu, V'yalamdehu be'orach mishpat, V'yalamdehu da'at, V'derech t'nunot Yodi'eni, En goyim kamar mitli, Ukeshachak mozdayim nechshavu, Heniyim kadak yitol, Ulevanon ein day ba'er, V'chayato ein day olam, Kol hagoyim ka'ayin negdo, O me'efes v'tahu, Nechshavu lo, Vel mi tidamyun el, Umadamut tarhu lo. Hapesel dasaf harash, Vitzoref bazahav, Yirakenu, Erutukot kesef zoref. Hamisukan truma, Eitz lo yirkav, Yivachar, Harash chacham yivakesh lo, Lachin pesel lo yamot. Halo tedu, halo tishma'u, halo chugad me'rosh lachem, halo havinotem, mosdot ha'aretz, hayoshev al chug ha'aretz, v'yoshveha kechagavi, hanoteh kadak shamayim, vayimetachem ka'ohel lashavet, Hanoten roznim le'ayin, shoftei eretz katohu asach. Afal nita'u, afal zora'u, afal shoresh ha'eretz gizam, v'gam dasaf lahem yivashu, v'sara kakash Tisa'en, Ve'el mi t'divainu, Ve'shve'eh, Yomar kadosh, Su'u marom enechem, Ure'u mivara eleh, Hamotzi mispar tziva'am, L'chulam b'shem yikrav, Emeirov ovnim, V'amitz koach ish lo nedar. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzur kol olamim, tzadik b'chol hadorot, ha'el ha'ne'aman, omer v'yoseh, ha'medaber v'kayev, shekol devorav emet v'tzedek. Ne'aman atahu Adonai Eloheinu, v'ne'emanim devarecha, v'echad mivarecha, Gor lo yeshuv rekam, Yel melech ne'eman v'chaman atah, Baruch atah Adonai, El hane'eman b'chol devarav. Rachem al tzion ki ivet dayenu, v'lalu v'nefesh, toshia b'meirav yameinu. Baruch atah Adonai, v'samech Zion b'vanecha. Samkeinu Adonai Eloheinu b'Eliyahu Navi yadecha, Malchut Beit David v'shiketa. Yivhera yavo v'yagel libeinu, Al kisod lo yoshev zahar, lo yiklu od acharim ekmodo. Yushem kodshecha nishbata lo, shelo yikben ero lo yolam ba'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Magen David. Al haTorah v'al havodah v'al havim, v'al yom haShabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, l'kdusha v'limucha, l'chavod u'tifaret. Al hakol Adonai Eloheinu natimodim Marchim otach, Yiparak shimcha b'fi kol chai tamid l'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai v'kadesh ha-Shabbat.
Yasher Koach, David, thank you so much for chanting the Haftorah for us all this morning. It was so nice to hear your voice and a nicely done job as well. I'm sure that took you some time to prepare your voice. And a nicely done job as well.
Thank you, David. Yeshu koyach.
Yasher Koach.
Shkoyach, David.
And now I have a very brief announcement of service times. The announcements got tweaked. So 9 a.m. tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Tomorrow is Sunday. And Monday, the usual 7:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. except, isn't it a long weekend?
It's a long weekend. That's what I was going to say. I think it's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock.
It is 9 o'clock
9
on
o'clock.
Monday. Good thing I have two partners here to catch
Yeah.
me. Yeah,
So who is leading the service?
I'll be here.
Don't come at
And I won't come at 7:30.
7:30.
I'm coming at 9 a.m.
And those of you who are watching,
I'm going to look well rested. It's going to be great. And I look forward to davening with you all then. We are moving to our Misha Berach prayer. So if there's somebody that you know of who is not well, please send us their name. I'm going to look at the computer and make sure that we catch every name. On our list we have Aviva Bat Malka, Yaakov ben Sion ben Miriam, Daniel ben Tzviya, Isabella bat Sarah, Esther bat Leah, Chaya Zahava bat Leah, Hachazan Shefer ben Miriam, Leah bat Rachel, Devorah Gitel bat Leah, Binyamin Pinchas ben Devorah Gitel, Nachum Leib ben Leah, Leah bat Sarah, Daniel ben Devorah, Yudel ben Yentel, Yaakov ben Sprinza, Stephen Lee, Atara bat Etel, Shmuel Leib ben Gitel, Linda May Brayshaw, Liba bat Gitel, Sarah Leah bat Tova, Moshe Aharon ben Leah, Judy Saip, Nechama Rocho bat Liba, David Tzvi ben Sarah Pesel, Aviva Nira bat Leah Malka, Rivka Sora bat Leah Malka, Dina Rachel bat Sarah Esther, Yitzchak Chaim ben Sarah, Tova Yael bat Dina Rachel, Eliakim Pesach ben Esther Pesi, Donna Barnson, Sharon bat Goldie, and Yaakov bar Yosef.
And I have Herbert Singer,
Amen.
Shendel bat Miriam,
Amen.
Amen.
Pauline Shan,
Amen.
Rav Shmuel ben Bracha.
Amen. We're going to continue with Debbie Friedman's Misha Berach prayer. There are many in need of healing, so let's join together with our intentions prepared on page 35. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor Abracha Leimotenu May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor Abracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
the comments are fantastic. Yarach wanted to know what the holiday was.
Please rise to return the Torah to the ark.
Will you sing and I'll put the Torah away?
Both sing.
יהללו את שמע אדוני כי נשגב שמו לבדו. אותו על ארץ ושמיים בירם קרן לעמו תהילה תהילה לכל חסידיו לבני ישראל עם קרובו. הללויה
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. בצחיימי למחק הזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם בכל נתיבותיה שלום השיבנו Adonai Elecha V'nashuva Kadesh Yameinu Kadesh Yameinu Kadesh Yameinu Kekem. And you may be seated. I have a message for you today.
Thank you.
The pink mic. Ta-da, para, 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 para.
Is that your theme?
The Drash detective is back.
So let's study a little bit more about this week's Parsha. But before that, you're supposed to say the joke.
Oh. You don't want me to react the way
Joke!
the
I
way
have a
Matthew.
joke for you. This is about how, because this joke is inspired by summer camps that they are happening in the city. In fact, I'm thinking my son, every day he loves it. So this is a kid who comes back from the summer camp to the day. And of course his mom opened his backpack and she noticed that the towel was missing. So she looks at her son and said, the towel is missing. Yeah, I don't know what happened. And she said, well, I think somebody stole it from you. But you know that stealing is bad, right? It's very important for you to understand that. We don't do those things. So the mom picked up the phone, she calls the camp, and she asked to talk with the director of the camp. He answered the phone, and she's very angry. I said, look, this is the situation. My son came back home without his towel. So I think you have a problem in your camp. I don't know what kind of values you teach there, but I think you have a little thief among the kids. I said, whoa. I don't think anybody stole anything here. So if you describe the towel for me, I will look around and to see if it's here. I said, how is it? Well, she said, it's white, it's big, and it has a big thing printed in the bottom that says, property of Holiday Inn, do not remove from premises. So I want to talk to you today about do as I do. I know what you're thinking. That the expression is do as I say, not as I do. But I purposely call this message do as I do. Because I realize that sometimes when we try to teach our children or we are rebuking them and we are talking to them about integrity and honesty, we want them to remember what is right and what is wrong. But then, miraculously, we forget about the thing that we are trying to teach to our children. We talk to them about how important it is to have a good diet and exercising, and we don't even know how to spell gym. And then we ask them to obey the law and to respect it, and at the same time, if there is no photo radar around, we speed, right? We insist in these days about how important it is to wash our hands and to sanitize, but we not always do it. Or how important it is for them to wear a mask, and sometimes we don't do the same thing. Same thing with social distancing. We really try them to learn the thing, but we miss the mark many times. So it's very important for them to know, but it's very important for us to remember as well. And in this week's portion, this week's Torah portion, we'll read something very interesting. There is a section that Moses is reminding to the Jewish people that they should remember everything that they learn. And at the same time, they should teach that to their children. Now, it's very interesting, the order, the sequence of the words. What Moses is telling the Jewish people is, it's not enough for you to know it. You are, at the same time, you have to teach it to your children. But it's not just enough for you to teach it to your children. You have to know it and remember it as well. It's a two-side instructions that Moses tells the Jewish people. Do as I say, not as I do is not a Jewish value. It's not something that we learn in Judaism. We learn that we have to teach by example, the same way that Moses taught during his entire life. And I understand we are in challenging times. And in these times, more, I would say, than in other quote-unquote normal times, it's very important for us to teach our children by example. We want them, in the midst of the pandemic, to be positive. We want it. But we have to start working in ourselves. We have to find ways to be positive if we want to teach that to our children. We want to teach them to be kind to other people, and we have to start ourselves being kind to other people and to be very careful of what we say about other people in front of them. We want them to be patient, but we have to be patient as well. That's the way they learn. It reminds me of a beautiful story from the Torah. I don't know if you remember the episode with Joseph, when Joseph was the viceroy of Egypt. His brothers, remember, they sold him as a slave many years ago. They came to Egypt, and Joseph forgave them, hugged them, and kissed them. There is a beautiful midrash. I said, why did he do that? Where did he learn early in his life to forgive, to hug, and to kiss other people even though they wronged him in the past? Where did he learn it? For that, we have to use our imaginations and to go many years back in time when Joseph was a little boy. He was living with his father in a foreign land because, remember, Jacob kind of tricked Esau, the other brother, and he has to escape. He had to run away. And then, at one point, Jacob decided to come back to the land of Canaan, the land of Israel. And Joseph probably heard many horrible things about Esau, about his character, about all the things that Jacob didn't like about him. And it was lots of uncertainty. They didn't know what was going to happen whenever they came back to that land. But to the surprise of everybody, Esau, with all the negative things that we learn about him, forgave Jacob, hugged him, and kissed him. Who was looking at, who was witnessing that event? Little Joseph. He saw how his uncle forgave his father. And Joseph learned the power of forgiveness and the power of loving other people, not because somebody told him he has to do it, because he saw that that was what happening within his own family. So when it was his own time to forgive, he was prepared because he experienced that within his family. This is a beautiful reminder that the Parsha brings to us. And it says that in the bottom of our hearts, we know what is right and what is wrong. We say it all the time to other people. So we have to start not only say that to other people, but also to remember it too, so we can become what we preach. Shabbat Shalom.
Shkoyach, Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom. Beautiful teaching.
Totally.
Thank you. So let's start wrapping up the service. Leslie?
Are you ready? I'm ready.
I think I'm ready too.
Are you ready too? Oh,
Yeah.
good. Here we go.
Okay, so I'm going to the piano. I will play the lady for you.
Beautiful. We're at Aleinu on page 44.
Are we going to announce the morning? Oh, that comes later.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא שמנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת זו בגבי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אחד, במלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת עינו. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Please remain standing for the mourner's Kaddish.
This week, we mourn the passing of Pamela Wilson and offer our heartfelt sympathy to Richard Wilson, Sarah Wilson, Daniel Wilson, Susan Hoffer, and Cy Conkle, and Robin and Harold Dirtz. We also mourn the passing of Judith Zimmer and offer our sincere condolences to Ken and Lori Zimmer, Alex Zimmer, and Nikki Zwick, and Emily Zimmer. And we mourn the passing of Rochelle Cookie Elkin and offer our sincere condolences to Sheila and Sheldon Altman. We extend our condolences to the families of Gloria Brown and Debbie Lexier. This week, we commemorate the yurtzeit of Pauline Zinman, mother of Elaine Bebchuk, David Columbia, father of Elaine Columbia, Edward and Gertie Weinstock, parents of Lois Ackerman, Esther Molly Shaw, grandmother of Martin Flom, Louis Slotnick, father of Terry Slotnick, Ben Bloom, husband of Shelley Bloom, Max Sawyer, father-in-law of Toby Sawyer, Harry Rubenstein, father of Beverly Zatzer, Louis Zatzer, father of Arnold Zatzer, and Rachel Bibas Serfati, mother of Myers Sefrati. Mourners and those observing yurtzeit, let's join together in the mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach yerutei ve'amlich malchutei. V'chayechon uvyomechon v'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael. V'agala uvizman kariv v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam la'amei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Da'amiram be'alma v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen.
Amen. Well, thank you, Leslie, so much for your participation. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. It's a great pleasure to be here for you week after week. I hope we help to increase the joy for you so you can celebrate the Shabbat the way it should be celebrated. See, this is sometimes people say, why so many jokes? You're so goofy there, because this is Shabbat.
Yeah. Supposed
Right?
to have,
It's
it's
not-
joyous. It's joyous.
It's joyous.
Put
Shabbat,
your-
you should increase your joy. In fact, the rabbi said that we'd have an extra neshama, an extra soul on Shabbat, so you can feel double the joy on this day. I hope we achieve that for you, so you can take that energy of the joy of Shabbat for the rest of the week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're going to be here again this afternoon and tomorrow morning and every service. We love to have you there.
Rabbi
Shabbat shalom,
Yashikoyach.
Yasher Koach, Rabbi.
Thank you, everyone.
Shabbat shalom and Yashikoyach to you, Leslie, as well. Tremendous Torah readings. It was a pleasure working with you again. Forgot a few things, but we got through it.
We did, yeah. Have a beautiful day. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.